This is a Headgum podcast.
Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show there I'm perfect and you're a person.
That's new.
That's long. You should have an orchestral version of the theme song and then do a live show at Disney
LA
Hall.
Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Disney?
At Disney Hall.
At Disney
Walt
Hall.
Disney
Do a
Hall
live
Concert
show
Hall.
Do a live?
on Main Street.
I've been buying my own matcha at home.
You've been buying your own matcha at home, so ordering it for delivery, which, by the way, is the most expensive way to have it.
I've been buying my matcha at home. I go online. I give my credit card info.
I've been buying my own matcha at home.
Matcha tastes like grass. Matcha's nasty.
Oh, I disagree. I think that somebody hasn't been to Japan on vacation.
You're an asshole.
I
We
did
haven't.
text you
Yeah,
the other
you're
day.
right.
I said that your Tokyo
yeah,
video
that's
with
right.
Sarah was one of my favorite videos you've done.
Very sweet of you to watch it. Jeff,
So
you're
good.
dead to me. But I did buy...
I just love supporting my friends.
Thank
and
you,
like,
Riley. I really
yeah.
appreciate that.
Every man for himself is what I say. And I text it to people on a weekly basis.
But I have been making my own matcha at home because it is prohibitively expensive to keep buying it at the store, yet I've been doing it for years.
Do you do it in the
And
traditional fashion or?
I have the bamboo whisk.
Right, that's what I
And I'm sort
was
of
hoping.
spooning and a little bit of water, and I'm...
It's kind of like a barber whisking up.
Barbicide?
Nope.
Shaving
Oh,
cream.
like a shaving crumb.
That's
Yeah,
what it feels
cream,
like
yeah.
to me.
Mm-hmm. My dad would just sort of use soap when I was growing up.
Yeah.
He'd
That's
take
why
the-
he had a bunch of scars on his cheeks.
No, he actually had a mustache.
Is the matcha good? That you
I
make
do
here?
like it. I've been sweetening it with honey, and I've been drinking it with whole. My wife, she's got almond.
Okay.
I'm joined by Geoff and Reilly, repeat guests on the show. They're back for another gaggle of giggles.
There was a boycott on the last episode we were on, right? There was like a 6-month hiatus you had to go on because of the people's reaction.
to having
you
us
guys,
on.
yeah.
Our general visage and
Yeah.
energy was sour to them.
You're sour for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're definitely a sour egg.
Is it the advice I give? Is it the air I have?
I want to say it's the energy,
Right.
typically.
Of course.
And that can't have been the first time you've gotten the note.
And it isn't, but it's like each time I get the note, it is more painful.
Yeah.
Because I start to feel the consensus vote.
Because you
You
can
know-
change the decision.
What
Right.
sucks is that people are like, "Oh, Jeff's sour. Jeff like is an energy vampire." Like all those
Yeah.
things, and
Yeah.
that's true. But it's like that's also it's like at least you're something. The response about me was just like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
That feels worse.
Sometimes it's worse to be neutral about someone
exactly.
than to behave.
Like,
Sure.
they were like, "Oh, she's just kind of." Oh, I actually didn't even notice she was on.
Jeff and Reilly, holy shit. You know what I mean?
No way.
Well,
You're getting lazy with
you're
it.
obviously
Holy shit! Right?
you're obviously on the show because
Holy shit.
you're perfect. And also
Oh,
it's a
stop.
special late night. I mean, it's listening, it's not late night.
Yeah.
But to us, it is late night. It is approximately, who knows, 9 p.m.?
Labor
Probably.
Day Eve, yeah.
Labor Day Eve, right
Miles
before
was very,
labor.
very nice to do a late record for me.
Happy to please my friends. Now, Reilly, you recorded a podcast right before this.
Yep.
And it was okay.
It was great. It was
went
really
well.
fun.
That's
it was
good.
our friend and Headgum coworker Brad Hild's King of the Hill rewatch pod.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hill Kings
Okay, cool.
pod. And
Very
I'd
nice.
never watched it before. I'd never watched King of the Hill before.
I've never seen King of the Hill either, but I've heard I would like it.
Awesome.
But you guys are on the show today because you're here to advise the people.
course.
You're here to news your knowledge.
It's the least we can do.
It
honestly.
really is. It really is. And I'm wondering what makes you perfect to be on the show today to give that advice.
You got to end the sentence on like a downbeat, right? In terms
To
of
give
vocal.
that advice.
But you didn't give the downbeat, right? So you actually
Because it was a
didn't
question.
do it.
Yeah, so you
'Cause there's a
ended it up.
question.
You ended it up.
I am getting better. I'm getting better all the time. Every goddamn day I better myself. And if that's not perfect, it's pretty damn close.
And how are you bettering yourself? Is that through
Immune disorders or
yeah.
I got Sjogren's syndrome, so now I have to kind of eat the Mediterranean diet. It's hard.
Oh.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm
you
perfect.
you have to eat a certain diet to stay clean.
It's a lot of whole foods. It's a lot of vegetables. It's a new thing I'm trying.
A lot of hummus. Reilly, we'll just bleep all that. Reilly, What makes you perfect to be on the show today?
What makes me perfect to be on the show today is, I mean, honestly, I'm just trying to go through. It's like, what's like today?
Incredibly rude.
I know you ask.
Sorry,
I look away already.
You didn't have the
pulling
laptop.
up.
I was
pulled
saying
out
my
computer
bullshit Sjogren
to-
shit
Yeah.
I pulled up my computer to produce the show. You think that I'm watching? What if I was watching Lost?
I thought you were like watching Traders or something.
No, I'm pulling
With
up
the
my notes.
subtitles.
I'm pulling up my notes for the next
It's
segment.
notes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Riley's raising her hand.
What makes me perfect
Oh.
is that I know my limits, and I'll explain what that means. I'm a coward, and so when I was
hell?
having, let women speak. Sorry.
All aboard! Misogyny alert!
What that means.
It always
it,
loops.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
What that means is when I was having pho before coming here, or after I did that last podcast, got pho delivered before I came here, I was watching a little bit of YouTube and I watched, some walkthroughs of the Halloween Horror Nights mazes because I will never go, but I like to be included. And so that's pretty perfect of like, how can I give myself this experience that I don't want?
Yeah.
But I can just kind of like,
You don't want to be scared, but you want to learn about scared.
I want to learn about having fear from a place that's safe.
No spooky movies for Riley.
No.
Yeah. It's sort
But
of
I'm also writing a slasher.
how will that work out?
Perfect.
You're going to get scared on the day.
I
It's a
feel like you're
comedy.
misinterpreting what she's saying. The script is just a lot of like forward slashes and back
It's a lot.
slashes.
It's everything she's cut. It's a
Yeah.
slasher.
I
It's
see.
like, it's all bad.
It's a slasher. We're
It's a
slashing
slasher.
most
And
of this.
she
We're
actually
cutting all the
she brought
scenes.
a copy, but there's like a sword mark
It's
through
like
it.
when you
yeah.
try and get letters into prison and it's just all blacked out.
Do you think they redact it? Do they
The
redact-
slashes, yeah.
If you're like a regular person in prison, do your letters get redacted?
I don't know. Maybe that's jury duty I'm
think-
thinking of.
I think that's like if you're in the FBI and you're like in the military, you're getting letters out from the military. They're redacting like secret locations. Some guy in prison being like, "Why did you censor my movie?" that I'm
recipe.
watching?" Yeah, a recipe. Redacted.
Redacted.
Onions are redacted.
Redacted.
That's why I didn't taste like Ma used to brew.
Obviously, you guys have been on the show before, but it's been a little bit. And I wanted to recalibrate your advice here by doing the perfect person speed round. So I can sort of get an idea of where you're coming from and who you're coming for, all with just a few questions.
You're gonna know who we masturbate about by these couple of fast cues.
It's just a calibration thing. It's a weird party
That's
trick.
a weird part.
Just because you say it fast at the end doesn't mean that it's insane or that it's crossing
He's
a
right.
line.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. How did he know that? Okay. Perfect person speed round, and these are to be answered fast and to be taken seriously.
Fine.
Well,
Perfect sauce.
Syrup,
marinara.
Really nice.
maple syrup.
Maple?
That's a sauce?
Yeah, it is.
And marinara is also sort of right down the pipe.
What?
Basically, you're coming for James Gandolfini, I think.
No.
Right down the
You
pipe.
said
Do you
right down
mean
the pipe.
Basic?
In terms of sauces, I'm just like, what makes marinara different than a basil?
I don't know why we come.
You know what?
says shit like
No,
that.
but a lot of the time, every other time, you've been the issue.
True.
That's true.
You've been the issue.
True.
Are you,
True.
you said answer this fast. I'm like, keep going. And then immediately you had issues with the answers.
Perfect candy.
Lightning round. Quick answer.
round.
Well, what do you mean? Let's explore
Sorry,
that
that's
for a
right
while.
down-
Perfect candy.
Well, chocolate or candy?
That's different. Those are different.
Right.
I mean, candy, take candy to mean what you want. To me, that means candy aisle. You're saying it means either gummy or candy.
Sweet tarts, ropes.
Gummy or candy? Gummy
Sweet
is a
tarts,
candy.
ropes.
No, but chocolate is also a candy.
No.
I don't think so. I think that's
Chocolate is a
chocolate.
gummy?
Chocolate is not candy. Candy is candy. Gummy is candy.
Chocolate is chocolate.
chocolate
No
is chocolate.
way.
All of this falls under the category of good.
So-
it doesn't fall under the category of candy.
Chocolate. But you know what? Like Bunch of Crunch is a candy, but it's chocolate.
It's
But
a
not
candy bar.
So you're saying that there's two types of candy? There's candy. There's chocolate.
Yes.
But chocolate is not a candy.
I could see the argument for chocolate being a candy bar.
I am like so
It's not
serious about this.
candy.
Like, yes, like I feel crazy, but I know that I'm like, we agree.
Willy
what
Wonka,
is
did he
your-
make candy or did he make chocolate? Answer me that.
He had a chocolate factory.
Bingo. Chocolate is chocolate, candy is
But do
chocolate.
they do sing the candy man?
What is chocolate then? Food?
Chocolate is candy
chocolate.
bar or chocolate.
Chocolate is candy, but it's not actually
Is a
candy.
car a
it's chocolate.
truck? No. Is a
Is a
truck a
rectangle
car?
square?
I think you can get away with
Is a
that.
square is a rectangle?
So you're telling me if I go and I ask for chocolate,
Yes.
I'm not getting candy. I'm getting chocolate.
You're getting chocolate.
Unless it's Bunch of Crunch, which is a candy, but
bar,
it's not a
candy bar.
Exactly. No.
It's
Bunch of
all
Crunch.
No,
good.
Bunch of Crunch
It's
is not a
candy.
bar.
all good.
Bunch of Crunch is a bar
Correct.
of chocolate.
Candy
Nope,
bar.
that's not a candy.
What about Tootsie Roll?
That's
Tootsie
a
Roll
candy.
is a candy. Bunch of Crunch, the individual guys, that's a candy chocolate, but it's more chocolate than
In
candy.
bar form, it's a chocolate bar.
Perfect candy is Sour Patch Kids.
I agree with that.
You don't agree with Sweet Tart's ropes where you bite into the center and it has a cream filling of sour?
Jimmy Neutron or Jimmy Dean's?
Dean's.
A creamy filling of sour.
That is disgusting.
Horrid.
I
Cream.
gnaw on it
You're
like a
gonna love
dog
this.
does a bone.
Creamy sour filling.
In the commercial, and in the middle, a creamy filling of sour.
I would love to make a candy commercial from the 90s. They were wacky.
They were wacky.
Yeah.
Can I explain the way that I eat these ropes?
That's going on the soundboard.
You take so it's a
Can I
thin
explain
strip.
the way that I gobble these ropes?
It's a thin strip of sour.
What are you talking
What
about?
is that? What
It's a
is
sweet tart rope. It's a rope of sweet tart.
But is the sour, is that cream?
There's a surround of sour with a cream filling of additional pucker. It's a thin strip.
Additional
It's a
pucker.
straw in a way, but with a filling. You take a little bite, and then you have this thin Tootsie Roll
This sounds
sized tube.
disgusting.
Is it like a nerd? So a sweet tart rope is basically a nerd's ropes.
Incorrect entirely.
Without nerds. Hold the nerds, bind them the flavors
I've
together.
heard
I
nerd
wish it was
clusters
that.
are amazing.
Nerd
and
ropes-
I've never tried it.
So I've never had the nerd rope cluster, but I have had the nerd rope. I've also thought about buying the TikTok shop
The whole shop.
How? With what money?
where there's like people that are like, I'm taking the gushers and they're making them tahine. And people sell candy on TikTok shop. No, it's supposed to be yummy.
So you want to sell candy?
He
No,
wants
I
to
wanna
buy the shop.
candy. I want
That's-
to buy the shop.
Yeah.
He wants to acquire TikTok shop.
TikTok shop. Perfect way to kiss. Oh, sorry. And Riley needs to answer Jimmy Neutron or Jimmy Dean's.
Jimmy Neutron. Boy genius. Bark, bark.
Perfect way to kiss.
Eyes open.
Standing up.
Eyes open with theirs closed.
If you could kill anyone without getting away with it, how would you kill someone?
I think I would make you eat your words and then choke on them. And I would be fine to go to prison for that.
So you would make them eat your word. If you could kill
I would
anyone,
make your ass
You make Miles choke.
eat
You'd make
his
me
words
choke
and then choke on his
him.
words.
So if you could kill anyone without getting away with it, how would you kill someone
without getting away with it.
without getting away
Sorry.
with it?
So if you're gonna go to prison,
Yeah.
how do you want to
If you
do
could kill
it?
someone without getting away with it, how would you kill someone?
Oh, so you could then be like telling people, be like, "What are you in for?" And
Yeah.
it could be like a cool story.
Right, exactly. It could
Poison.
be poison. Poison is the cool, like kind of a hot one.
Yeah.
I would
what if
say.
you poisoned poison?
Poison is kind of
I
a
would-
hot one. It's like Da Bomb style.
I would
Yeah.
poison, mix that in with a sriracha, put it on a wing on hot ones, make that da bomb, and then suddenly I'm da bomb when I get to the slammer.
You think they're going to cheer for you because you killed a celebrity on an internet talk show?
What you
Yes.
said is like one of those texts you get on
Yeah.
Labor Day with a bunch of emojis.
Yes, yes.
Perfect way to excuse a fart.
Blame it on the nearest naive person.
Really,
Someone
like
who might-
someone who's a loner, who's sort of on the fringe
Yeah.
of the group.
Gaslight it and
wallflower
be
in
like,
a
"Whoa,
way.
you did! Whoa, you
You shat.
what a
Whoa,
fart!"
Stacey farted.
See, and she's like,
And then
"Oh, shit,
she wants to be
I
included
did."
so bad that she's like, I guess I did.
Yes, I'm really
Oh,
sorry
that's
about
so
that.
Sad.
That's so
I'm
bright.
really sorry I farted, and she didn't. That's so fucked up.
To cover a fart.
Yeah.
Would you guys cover a friend's fart if they were on a date?
But
Yeah.
aren't all farts covered by denim?
This episode is brought to you by Levi's jeans.
Would you cover a friend's fart on a date?
Yeah, because I feel like the stakes for me are irregardless.
I'm going to ask a question that's bad to ask.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who menstruates, but wouldn't someone prefer to use
Get
a
that
pad?
button ready. Get it ready.
That was an inclusive way of saying it.
What was the
were.
question? What was the question?
Why not pads during that time of month? Because then it could cover and mask the shards.
It does cover farts, I will say. But
Does it muffle them
yeah.
like a silencer?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
Miles Bonsignore, newest vintage Try Guy cast member, asks, are pads a silencer for farts?
No way.
It's like a paparazzi photo that's unflattering of you coming out of an authentic Japanese store getting matcha powder. That's a callback to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com forward
Actually, it was the beginning of the episode.
I don't know who I am, and that's the problem.
Finally perfect salad.
Caesar.
I agree.
Caesar is perfect.
But okay, I have a new hyperfixation salad as of today and yesterday.
Let's
at
go.
Sight Glass Coffee. If you're in
Oh.
LA, the tuna niçoise is très magnifique.
Oh, Reilly.
Fried capers, 8-minute boiled egg.
Too long.
8-minute boiled.
It's great.
Hard
Hard boiled.
boiled.
Yeah, hard boiled. Fried capers, potatoes, tuna,
Yeah.
lettuce,
Yum.
light lemony dressing. Had it yesterday. I'm so hungover today. That's the only thing I want.
You mentioned that before. Did you sort of rage against the machine last night?
I raged against the machine. And
Pissed
I
at a
didn't-
slot machine, downing shots.
Drunk alone in the
Yeah.
casino.
At an airport casino.
And I haven't been that drunk in a really long time.
Whoa.
And there's a reason, like, I woke up this morning. I think I was still drunk when I woke up.
Let's go,
It
Reilly.
was like, it was not fun. I'm like, even now at 28, I'm like, this is why I don't do this.
Yeah.
This is why I don't do that.
I want to get that drunk again. And it's been a while.
No.
Usually, like for special occasions, like my birthday's coming up. You guys are both obviously invited. I'll give you details after.
Okay.
But yeah, like birthdays, weddings, etc., stuff like that. I'll get a little drunk. Why are you laughing?
I'm listening to you describe the future events that you want to get way too drunk at.
Someone else's wedding.
Weddings, other people's birthdays.
These are the events I want to ruin. Weddings, other
Yeah.
people's birthdays, baby showers.
That's what I'm planning on, like, really.
Well, I just have to wake up
crazy.
so early. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just so hard to
Yeah.
get that drunk. But I want it. Like,
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. It's not. It's because I was at a game night last night and things got really
Let's-
heated.
Wait, they
Did you
got
play Werewolf
heated?
or
It
Mafia?
got heated. We were playing, like, essentially Survivor. It was a
Yeah.
Survivor themed game night.
That's fun.
It was very fun, but normally it's like I will cap at like 3 or 4, and I had like 7, which for me, I'm like,
That's
Yeah.
a lot of drinks.
It's a
I
lot of
feel.
drinks.
That would fuck me up.
in the Uber on the way home, I was like, and then I was like, I can't, because then today
What
was
about when
just
you got
shot.
in bed?
Yeah,
Same thing?
spinnies.
Spinning?
No spinnies because
Alright,
I
okay.
housed popcorn when I got home.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Fibrous.
Popcorn. Yeah, man, that's the spinnies when you're
my
laying down.
God.
Holy
Horrible.
shit. Nightmare fuel because I'm like, tomorrow's going to be fucking hell. It's
Yes,
horrible.
yeah.
We're here to answer people's calls. But before we do, if you like the show, then you should see it on tour. I'm going on tour, baby. And our tour's already announced. Thank you to everybody who's already bought tickets. It's totally wonderful of you. I may have a little promo for this at the top of the episode as well. But if you want to come see me on tour and you live in DC, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Portland, Brooklyn, Seattle, Tacoma, Austin, Dallas, Texas, Chicago, Detroit, or Los Angeles, then you can buy tickets right now. Unfortunately, Boston is entirely sold out already, which is ridiculous. And the VIP meet and greet tickets at, I think, almost every single show are also totally sold out.
What is that going to be like? Can you practice doing, like, if we're like, oh, we got tickets to the meet and greet?
Well, so I'm glad you asked because I'm stealing this from Try Guys entirely. Their meet and greets are like a a hangout in a room. They're not like a line. You wait
That's
in line
smart.
to do a thing. I get like catered food and snacks and stuff.
That's so
You can
cool.
buy merch. I'll be going around with the other guests from the show. And like basically I come to you. So people have different kind
That's
of
really
conversations going
fun.
around. I'll come out, hang out with you guys. We'll take pictures and whatever. And I'm very excited to meet everybody. And it'll be before the show and you get show priority seating as well,
That's going to be so fun.
which is very fun. And tickets are on sale now. Go get them. Boston sold out. There's a couple of venues that are close. So buy your tickets so you don't miss the opportunity. I should also say Brooklyn is unfortunately not on sale yet, but it will be soon. Hopefully later this week. They're just working out with the venue to try to get the link up, but I will update you guys as soon as possible. Also, there's a Patreon and there's ad-free extended episodes of every single episode, including this one where we waxed and we got wild and wacky and weird, and there's bonus episodes and stuff like that. So you can head on over to Patreon and get the bonus free ad stuff.
You're so drunk.
Sorry, guys. I had a whiskey when you guys weren't looking. Well, actually, Jeff demanded that he have a drink on the show.
He did.
I said, do you guys want to get a drink after the record?
And then Riley said she was hungover. I said
You have a son.
I have a son. I said I have to wake up really early, so no. But
I show up and he almost force feeds me whiskey from a baby bottle.
can I actually show you something right here really quick? I want to show you
It's a
something.
gun.
And I want you to... I take apart a gun and put it on the table. I want to show you something, and I just want you to tell me how you feel about it.
Okay.
Because you say...
I'm obviously insanely nervous.
So here's what happens, right? So you say this thing about having a drink after, and then I say, I actually have some drinks at the studio, right? Like me sort of buttering you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you come into the studio.
Correct.
When you arrive, I say, do you want a drink? And you say, because in my over text, I think Jeff's obviously going to want to drink on the show.
Yeah.
So I
Because no
say-
part of it seems like a joke.
Because no part of it seemed like a joke. And then he goes, I was kidding.
Oh my God. No, that's just melted ice in a glass. I'll have a drink if you have a drink, but it really made it seem like...
2 glasses
Correct.
of melted ice.
Okay.
Prepared to perfection.
The melt
Really
ice.
easy to prepare. Hard to mess up.
I went in the house. I went in the house, put ice in glasses.
You begged Kendall.
Just wanted I begged Kendall, give me a piece of ice, please, please.
That's
And which goes
really
against the lease, by the way. The
sweet.
deal is that you stay in the studio, you don't bother her.
That's really
So I just want to let you know, Jeff, next time
Yeah.
you make a joke,
That's a good friend.
Daddy's listening.
Yeah.
Let's get to these
This
calls.
is insane.
This episode of Perfect Person is brought to you by Huggies Skin Essentials. As a parent of a young baby, having your little baby have diaper rash is terrible. You feel discouraged, you feel sad, they feel cranky because it's sore, etc. But baby butts can rejoice because new Huggies Skin Essentials are here. A brand new dermatologist approved line of diapers, wipes, and pull-ups, training pants, all designed with baby sensitive skin in mind. Having a trusted diaper is of the utmost importance. And the Skin Essentials diapers feature the Skin Protect liner and help protect against the top 2 causes of rash by managing moisture and runny mess. The wipes are thick with 2 C's and have 0 harsh ingredients for a great, gentle clean. Pull-Up Skin Essentials has got your big kid covered too, with a training pant that is ultra soft and breathable to help protect sensitive skin throughout potty training. If you're looking for a trusted diaper, you can learn more at Huggies.com. Once again, head to Huggies.com to learn more. Today's episode is brought to you by Alma. Alma can help you find a therapist who gets you. I've been in therapy at many different points in my life. I was in therapy in high school. I was in therapy like right after college. And I find that therapy is so helpful if you're feeling stuck in your head or you feel like you're in a rut. And I highly recommend that everyone find a therapist that specifically vibes with them, which Alma can absolutely help with. When you browse the directory, you can filter by what you want to focus on, big life transitions, anxiety, relationships, as well as any preferences around gender, sexuality, faith, etc. Alma can also help you find a therapist that takes your insurance. Over 95% of therapists at Alma accept insurance, including Aetna, Cigna, United Healthcare, and more. This way you can focus your search on finding someone who feels like the right fit without worrying about affordability. You can book a free consultation call with any therapist you're interested in seeing. These 15-minute calls give you a chance to see if they're a good fit for you, so you can find someone you really click with. Having these 15-minute calls is a really great way to test drive someone, because you kind of know in the first 5 minutes whether it's going to be a good fit or not. This really helps with that. You might not click with the first person you meet, and that's okay. Schedule scheduling multiple consultations can help you make the decision you feel good about. Alma can help you find the right therapist for you, not just anyone. Visit helloalma.com/perfect to get started and schedule a free consultation today. That's helloalma.com/perfect. Okay.
Hey Miles, I found what is unmistakably one of my roommate's hairs in my bed, like 2 days after we moved in together. Not really friends, so I'm not really sure what to do about this, and I would love some advice. Thank you.
Not really friends. Interesting. Okay, cool. So there's a mystery hair and it's in your bed and it's from a sort of stranger.
Not even a mystery. Undoubtedly.
I know, but I'm like, how
hair.
could it possibly, unless it's like a bright purple or pink or something.
Yeah, or this person has short hair and it's a short hair.
Who else would be cooking around in the bed? Unless she has a lover in the night. But we're going to have to call this person and get some more information.
Has there ever been a show that no one's picked up your calls?
Hello.
Way.
You called Perfect Person about a hair in your bed, and I'm here to call you back, and I'm here with Geoff and Reilly.
Oh my god. Okay, this is crazy timing. Hold on, let me mute you for literally half a second. Is that okay?
Of course it's okay. Get to safety, girl.
Is she with the roommate with the hair? Are you
Okay,
with the
cool.
roommate with the hair?
I think so. She's like, she's doing the roommate's hair right now. She's like, I don't know how it got in my bed.
Investigating. Yeah.
She's massaging her scalp.
Okay, I've returned. Sorry to intrude.
No, not at all.
Were you with
the roommate?
Oh my god, no. Thank God, the roommate's home for the weekend.
Thank God.
Who were you with?
That's not an important detail to this story.
What? Yes, it is.
Holy shit.
You called me.
A lover?
We're gonna need to give you a fake
All
name
right,
here. We
all
got to
right.
give you a fake name here, and it's got to be coming from Geoff.
I'm gonna go with Laundrin.
Laundrin. Okay, Laundrin. First of all, was this sort of a secret lover in your bed? Because it's gonna influence about the hairs that are in your bed before you think it won't.
Okay, well, I will say the hair that I found in my bed was like bright neon red.
Oh.
Riley called it. She
No.
wondered if it was purple.
I didn't say that. Miles said that. So sorry.
Interesting. Okay, and so the bright neon red. Now, talk to me about your roommate and when they moved in and how you know them.
Okay, so we're in college, and I moved in. Oh, that is so weird. I can hear that over the phone. Literally. Okay. Okay, so I moved in 2 weeks ago, and she moved in like an hour before me, whatever. We don't really know each other, randomly assigned. I get in my
Live in a
bed,
dorm.
white sheets, white comforter, white pillowcase, right?
Okay. Yeah,
I get
sure.
in my bed, have not done any laundry in this apartment. I open my covers, what to find a bright red curly hair under the covers.
Bright red curly hair.
Do you guys share a room or just the apartment?
Nope.
Oof.
Just the apartment. Separate room.
Are you in a dorm? Are you in a dorm?
Yeah, like an on-campus
But
situation.
she has her own room.
But you
have your own
do
room.
You're not in the
Yes.
same room.
Oh, okay, cool, interesting.
Correct.
That's so
That is
weird.
bizarre.
That's really weird.
Isn't it?
Okay. Now, is it possible? Hey,
Stop
Geoff,
it,
you got to stop
Geoffrey.
throwing ice into the microphone. Sorry about Jeff's rude behavior.
No, it's okay. I forgive.
Are you gonna confront roommate?
Yeah. Is your plan to sort of, because what's the vibe like without this also?
Now, I've thought about this. First, it was kind of like a brush it off, but it's been on my mind. It has been on my mind for, a week and a half now. And
I don't blame you. That's
she's not here right now, so I'm kind
bizarre.
of thinking on it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think is the right move here? I mean, I called you.
I mean, here's what I'll say, because I do know anything and everything, especially about stuff like this.
Of course.
I'll say that if I came home, let's talk about the non-hypothetical, like it wasn't just a hair. Let's say
Right.
that you came home and she was just in your bed under the covers. Like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't expect you, right? Total violation
Yeah.
of privacy, total violation of like your space, right?
Yeah.
What is
Right.
what could it have been? A gust of wind blew. Has she been in your room chatting with you ever?
No, not once.
That
Not
is
once. We
so
share a bathroom.
twisted.
I think, okay, I don't want to say that she's definitely in there. It's possible that a red hair got on you.
On your
That's what I
shirt,
was just
I was
gonna
going to
say.
say.
I have thought about that.
Yeah.
But we're never like even like in the same proximity. Like the closest we've been is like maybe she's in the kitchen, I'm in the living room, or like vice versa.
What if her hair fell from her scalp onto the couch, onto your shirt, onto your bed?
That's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts, Jeff.
Very possible,
that makes
though.
a
Not
lot
that
of
many
sense.
steps.
Like shared things you pick up on
Right.
your body, you put in a bed.
But over the
Outside
course of
clothes
3
on the bed?
days,
Do you do outside clothes on the bed, or do you not allow that?
Not under the covers. Maybe like an on top of the bed nap.
under the
You know.
covers is so sinister to me,
Yeah.
especially because it's
Isn't
bright
it?
red.
It almost feels like intentional.
It almost feels like she was sending a message.
I mean, we're talking about something.
I think that like you've got to, and do you think she's cool or?
See, that's a loaded question. I
Oh,
will say she's a very sweet girl.
okay.
Got
She
it.
comes
That's all
on
you
a
have to
little
say.
Strong.
She comes on a little strong. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
As did
I
Reilly.
haven't quite sensed out her vibe yet.
I'm fucking.
You leave.
We'll talk about that
Sorry.
later.
As did Reilly in the Disney College program.
We'll talk. Oh my God, we're gonna discuss this later.
No, I actually
That
think
is a
that
crazy thing that you just mentioned that.
the Disney College program.
Yes.
Are you in it?
I am not in the Disney College program.
But your
My
roommate
best
is.
friend is currently in the Disney College program. That just kind of like snapped me back in reality.
That's
This
right.
feels so fucking weird. Okay, continue.
Okay. Well, the first thing that you need to know about the Disney College program, Reilly.
I never did it. Miles, the first time he met me, said that he thought I had Disney College
Wait,
program
you didn't do the
energy.
Disney College program?
Shut the fuck
No, I
up.
thought you did.
No.
I thought you told that story the last time you were on.
No, I told a story that Miles' first impression of me was that I gave Disney College program energy.
You're telling me that you didn't spend
have
the summer
known me-
between your sophomore and junior year as Minnie?
As Hercules?
What about how
Children?
sweaty your neck was that whole year?
That was just an issue.
Oh.
That's just an extra issue. But Landrin, I'm now wondering if you need to sort of get closer to her with a batch of cookies to sort of suss out whether you think that she's just a little odd and comes on strong,
Yeah.
or if she's a Hannibal the Lecter style individual that's
Hannibal
going
the Lecter.
under Hannibal the Lecter.
I wouldn't, just to piggyback on what Miles is saying, I wouldn't even say that it'd be wrong of you to bake one of your own hairs into each of the cookies
Oh, see,
individually.
that's a thought.
Because then
No.
it's sort of a tit for
It's a
tat
thought.
payback style.
I will say, as someone who has been on the receiving end of a call about breast milk in a scone,
What's that?
I sort of cannot recommend bodily parts / fluids going in a pastry.
That was obviously a joke.
Right.
Don't bake your hair into cookies.
Well, I will say her laundry was lurking in the dryer the other day, and she told me to just take it out and put it on her bed. And I folded it so kindly for her, and one of my hairs may or may not have slipped into one of the shirts.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Now we're cooking with hair.
Now we're cooking with hair.
Now we're baking with hair.
singeing hair.
Now we're baking with hair.
Okay, now we have like messages being passed back and forth.
Yeah, I do think that
Right.
if this happened to me, how would I do it? I would be like, you can't bring it up because it sounds insane. If it's not true,
Right, doesn't
it sounds like you are an insane person being like, were you in my bed?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, no.
Exactly.
I think, the practical advice I feel like is
Get close.
move on. Get close.
I think you have to get close to this person to suss out whether they are like odd friendly or odd foe.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
have a booby trap of sorts of like if you're gonna be out and you know that they're home, like to
Yes,
arrange
paint.
things on you. Sure, maybe not paint the bed,
Bucket of
but
paint.
like bucket of
Yeah,
paint.
right.
But arrange things in your room just so,
A
or
glass
like on
of
your
water.
bed just so.
Yeah.
A glass
Again,
of
we're
water.
not gonna dump liquid on this person.
Okay.
But
Tire.
I think what'd you say?
A tire, yeah.
tire.
Basically,
Tire.
like it's jerry rigged in a way that
No,
as soon as
we're
she
not.
opens the door,
She
the
gets hit
tire
with a
comes
tire.
barreling towards her.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say put like so that you know that there's an indent or something's been moved. That way you kind of have more physical proof
Yeah, tire
that
indent.
like someone
Blue
again not a
ink.
tire. We're not gonna
Blue
I don't
ink
think,
as if she robbed a bank.
Gun.
I'm hearing ideas and I'm getting inspired.
I do think
I think sharp jacks on the floor in front of the door.
I'll actually say I think that
okay.
sharp jacks or tacks.
That
Home Alone, rig your room.
Big beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that no, Riley's onto something for real. Riley's cooking with hair, but I think that what you're gonna want to do is put like honestly what
like
it
a
is,
hoodie on the ground.
a hoodie on the ground or like a flyer in the door so that doors open and just drop. Like
That's
something
really
That's good.
really
Yeah.
subtle, but it is sort of like if this woman is in your room, you need to definitely know about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't lock your door if you can, because you need to catch her in the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was
okay.
gonna say.
Okay. I'm getting. Yes. Got it.
Or nanny cam.
Ooh,
A nanny can
Yeah.
or a nanny can't.
What's
But
that?
either way, I do think that you're going to need more information and we're going to need a call back.
Yes. Of course. I will scope it out for you, just for you.
Thank you very much, Landrin.
Landrin, right.
I'm going to be expecting a call back and best of luck with the person that was in your room right before this.
Perfect. Oh, all right.
Thanks,
Thank y'all.
Landrin. Bye.
Bye.
You said I came on strong?
That was
No, Riley, can I be honest about something?
Yeah.
You came on
You-
strong.
you-
No, and I
Can
can
I
be
be honest
honest.
with something? You're a lot.
You're a lot.
You're a lot.
No, Riley. I actually don't think you come strong at all. I think you come on quite
Walking it back,
medium.
walking it back.
Middle of the line. You come down. You say, "Hey, I'm Riley, and I'm here to stay."
She's never said that ever. I think in her life.
I say that at
Hey,
a cafe
guys.
that's closing, putting up chairs.
Riley, I'm gonna put my
And I'm
laptop
here
up,
to
and I'm here to stay. I'm Riley, and what's the Wi-Fi password? Then locking the door.
I'm here to stay. Hey, can I get a vanilla latte? I'm here to stay.
I'm here to stay, and you better put it in a mug.
For here to go. Oh, did you not get the memo? I'm here to stay.
For home.
Wow. Yeah, I hope she finds the hair culprit.
That is so terrifying. Because you're right. If she brings it up, that does sound crazy.
You can't bring it up.
It's
I think
too new a roommate too. Okay, well let's take another call here because we're just getting started.
Hey, Miles. Last week, at the end of the week, I sent an all staff email, reply all, that was really rude and sassy. And I think I'm going to have to answer for it when I get back to work on Tuesday. And I need some advice. Thanks.
yeah, you are.
Of course.
This is such a good one.
All company email too.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Super heat.
go ahead and did you say super heat?
Let's
Let's just
power
call.
through. Let's power through. I don't even want to know what the meaning
Can
was.
we just
for it.
call?
Should we actually do the show?
Hello.
Hello, you called perfect person, and I'm here to call you back. I'm here with Geoff and Reilly.
Hell yeah. I'm so excited.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. We are very excited to hear the contents of your email, and I've obviously got a fake name for you coming right from Riley.
It's going to be Tomb.
Tomb, T-O-M-B.
T-O-M-B.
It's Tomb.
It's a
Toomba.
beautiful baby girl. What's the name?
The name Tomb. Tomb, what is your occupation before we get into it? You don't have to say the exact company, but like what type of work?
I'm a teacher.
Okay. Let's go. And are you a high school, elementary school, middle school?
Middle school and high school.
Middle
Nice.
school, high school teacher. And who would tell me all about this email, Kanandi?
So there's a few details. First, I got 4 emails before I sent something sassy. So I feel like I was a little bit justified because I got 4
Okay.
emails and 2 of them were about Taco Bell, not about the student at all. And also,
Okay. Interesting. So what was the initial email in the thread?
the initial email was about a student that I don't teach at all. And that's like confidential information, right?
Sure.
So I was like, okay, I shouldn't have this email in the first place, but I ignored it because it was a new staff member. Then I get 2 more emails about the student and 2 emails about Taco Bell.
So they're talking to this person would like CC'd the entire school talking about a student. And was it like an issue with a student or something? It was like this student is doing X, Y, and Z. We want to let everyone know, something along those lines.
Yeah, well, it was like confidential information. Like, because it
Got
wasn't
it.
my student, I shouldn't have gotten any of it.
Totally. Okay, got it.
Were other people on the thread, should they have been in the know? Or was it like this person sent it to way too many people who should not have been privy to this?
Well, I'm an elective teacher, and they sent it to all the elective teachers, which at my school is like 30 staff members.
Oh shit. How did Taco Bell slip in there?
That's his name.
I don't know. This is the most like stream of consciousness emailer I've ever experienced. I don't know if you've ever worked with someone who's just like, and then I ate my Taco Bell and then I blah, blah, blah. But I read it after a difficult class and my patience was low. And I was like, girl, we don't need this. So I hit reply all because it was feeling a little spicy.
Okay.
And I said, I have received an onslaught of information about this student that I've literally never taught. And I got so much. I probably could have worded it better.
Wait, can you read it?
Can you read it?
Do you have it in front of you? Can you read it for us?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Oh my God.
Literally never
honestly,
thought.
if I'm getting information that I shouldn't get and then like stream of consciousness, like I gotta talk about, like I also would be like, fucking stop.
That's so funny.
Can I get a fake name for my coworker?
Your coworker's name is, of course, well, you are Tomb, so they've got to be Womb.
Which is, in a way, its own tomb.
Its own too.
Well, hopefully not.
All right, so I just started with her name. I didn't say dear. I didn't say hello. I said womb. My inbox has been flooded with information about this student that I've never taught. Please, in the future, look at the student schedule and contact only their teachers because the rest of us really don't need any of this onslaught of communication. And I sent that to like 30 people. It was not my finest moment.
Wow.
So you said onslaught twice?
twice is crazy.
Double onslaught.
Double onslaught.
Double onslaught.
So I have to face her. She apologized over email, but I feel terrible now. And I have to see her in person on Tuesday and probably apologize to her face.
Are you popular in the school?
I am.
Let's go.
Okay, nail on the head.
You got nothing to worry about,
I think
girl.
act like it didn't happen.
Well,
I think
no.
just...
I think it didn't happen.
I think it didn't happen. It's like that
apologize.
episode of Seinfeld where George quits and then just goes in the next day and acts like he didn't quit and everything turns out fine.
Well, here's so fine. This is a teacher that is new to the school.
She's new, and I feel like I'm like a tone, like a tone setter at work. Like, I bring the vibes, and I feel really bad
You're a
that I brought the
tastemaker.
vibes way down for her.
You bring the tomb.
You bring the tomb. She brings the tomb.
I think you can totally be like, hey, I'm sorry I was harsh. I had a hard day.
I had a bad day. You sing about girl onslaught.
You set me on slot.
So yeah, I'm wondering, like, almost like, do you need to go to brunch with this woman to save
You're
the day?
always
What's the
talking
vibe
about
of this
brunch.
new hire? Is she cool? Is she sort
yeah.
of a herb?
I don't think we would brunch.
I wonder if you don't brunch. I wonder if you just go in on Tuesday and act like nothing happened.
No, I do think it's fair to acknowledgement.
Only because when I asked you if you were popular, you waited maybe 1 millisecond and said yes. And if you had waited longer, then maybe I would be like, okay, it's fine. But because it seems like you are well liked in the community, there's a new teacher, new kid on the block, then maybe she just gets a little cupcake from you.
But think of all the schools that need teachers.
What are you
She can
talking
move
about?
on.
No, this woman did. You're saying she should move.
She should move.
Womb? You're saying womb should move. Womb.
I don't know.
No, I think because also nothing is cooler, nothing makes you more popular than taking accountability. And then also that's the tone you're setting.
I wonder.
By being like, hey, I'm sorry, that was a lot, but
Yeah.
you should know being here, XYZ. So happy you're here.
And by the way, this can be an in-person, an IRL, not a on the thread. So
Yeah.
you have to sort of grovel in front of the 30 other people on the
Yeah.
email thread.
Yep.
Because they hadn't read it anyway.
Yep.
If I get an email thread like this, guess what I'd be doing? Trash.
Yep.
Move to archive.
Oh,
And
actually,
you
that is
don't.
what I do.
You guys really don't think she should double, nay, triple down on the email?
Send two
Every
more
couple
onslaughts.
Fridays on slot.
Honestly, on slot.
Yeah.
And this is on
This
slot.
is on slot on slot.
On slot.
Riley,
I
on
think you
slot.
should get her the Taco Bell that she talked about.
Correct.
In the email. Right?
That's fun.
Bring her a peace offering. I actually don't even mind that. A Doritos Locos for these two locos.
Your peace
Locos.
offering is a piece of taco.
a piece, not a whole one.
No. So how does that strike true to you, Doom?
Well, so I'm thinking I need to provide an onslaught of Taco Bell.
Yes, I think that's correct.
Yep. and then remove the chain. Nobody else needs to be in on it. And then yell at her in the workroom. Is that what I'm picking up?
Yep.
And I would almost say, don't say the word onslaught for the rest of the semester.
Yeah, I would maybe say onslaught is
You've hit your
banned.
onslaught quota.
Yeah,
Onslaught
which
is
is
canceled.
2 per semester.
I think you just probably just want to be like, hey, what's up? Got you Taco Bell. Totally get she's, by the way, this woman's embarrassed.
Yeah.
She's going to be like, okay, I got excited. I'm sending too many emails, right? Especially with confidential information, like it kind of is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like it's not like she was just like being flippant and annoying. It is important that
You
kids'
should
information.
need to be scared.
You did the right thing, but worded it fine to bad.
But it's not
I feel justified in my message,
exactly.
but
It's not like
in
out
how I
of
did
an
it.
out
I
of
was mad.
pocket
I was mad
email
at
that
the
was
fifth graders.
exactly.
Yeah. I remember one time I didn't show up to improv practice in college because I was at a play because there was a girl that was hot that was in the play.
Was it Sarah?
It wasn't.
Okay.
Me and Sarah didn't go to college together.
Yep.
This was in my before times. But anyway, the point is not about the play. I didn't go to improv practice for whatever reason. Could have been a hot person in a play. Could have been whatever. But I came back and my friends were like, Miles, where the fuck were you? Like, you weren't in improv practice. We have a show coming up, whatever.
You didn't
And I was
let
like,
them know.
I know I did. I just let the coach know. But they were like, I was like, whoa, no. And they were like, I was like, you guys miss all the time. And they're like, yeah, but we're not you. You don't seem like you're going to miss. And when you miss, it's a big deal because you're sort of like, it's assumed you're going to be there because you can help with the group, whatever. And I was like, what? You're me going to see the hot girl in the play. You're popular in the teaching community. So it is, not necessarily your responsibility, but it probably is good form to get this girl Taco Bell.
Yes.
Because you saw a hot girl in a play.
Yep. And you can say that, be like, hey, I'm so sorry about that. I saw a hot girl in a play and I needed to get you a Carney this.
That's right. Is it fair? Who knows?
No, I totally agree. It's definitely out of character for Miles to miss the play with the hot girl. It's out of character for me to be a total bitch
That's
to
right.
all my staff.
Well, it's like, I think that it's easier to, what is it, smell roses than farts?
Yeah, and I've always said that.
Easier to you mean like it attract flies with honey than with vinegar?
That's exactly right, Reilly.
You said it better.
Thank you so much, Toom, for calling in.
Well, thank you so much.
I really hope this goes well for you and it doesn't have any lasting impact on your career. But if it does, give us a call back so we can get an update on how it went with Womb.
Thank you, Miles.
All right. Bye, Toom. Thanks for calling in.
Bye. Thanks.
The person who sent those emails, thank you, must be mortified.
Oh my God. See, that's why I said to just offer a peace offering. So I'm like, it is like whatever. But if you're new at a job and someone's like, hey, just so you know, you're doing the wrong thing and you're doing it in front of fucking everybody, I'd be like, well, I'm going to quit and I'm not going to be coming back to this job.
Okay, Miles, I think I may have offended an off-duty barista, but I don't know if she heard me. So I'm in a little bit of a pickle because if I bring it up to her to explain myself and she didn't hear me, then that would be super uncomfortable. But if she did hear me, then I want to be able to explain myself. Anyway, I need to know what a perfect person would do.
Okay.
What?
Interesting.
She didn't hear.
It seems
Just act like she didn't hear because...
No, but it might be...
An off-duty barista?
A local barista is sort of at odds with you based on a misheard something.
I thought he said an off-duty
He said that.
barista.
He said that.
Well, she was off duty. But she was at the coffee shop that she's on duty for.
I'm like, is it off if you're just on the street? That's just a person.
I was going to say. An off-duty barista is just a guy.
Hey. You guys have obviously never served
I have been a
cappuccinos,
barista.
lattes.
I'm just saying that anyone off duty is just your person. You're
guess that's
just,
true.
It's like,
I think the only thing that's
and you're not a
off-duty
person when you're on duty.
is a
You're
cop.
trash to me.
You're trash to me
Bring me my cappuccino.
because I'm Reilly and I'm here to stay.
You know that barista down at Victory Coffee? She should die.
Should I apologize?
Do you think she heard?
Hello?
Hello, you called perfect person. I'm here to call you back. I'm with Geoff and Reilly, and we want to know about your barista.
Oh, great.
He hangs up.
It is almost 10 at night, and we are calling you up.
Oh, great.
Great.
We're going to need to give you a fake name
Gee,
coming
thanks.
right from Reilly.
It's going to be Stoop.
Stoop. There it is. Stoop, why don't you tell me about what you said?
Okay, so I need to. There's a little bit of context here.
Okay.
We went to a live music night at this coffee shop, and the barista who had been serving us all weekend was there, and people started leaving. We wanted to go get dinner, but I was nervous that the musician who was playing, because it was a small crowd, that he would think, or he would see us leaving and it would feel bad or whatever.
Right.
So I said to my friend, I'm going to get up and go to the bathroom to see how it feels to leave, to see if he like looks at me weird or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
And yeah, so I just wanted to test it out, test the waters.
So your plan would be, your plan was like, if you start going to the bathroom and this guy's like, hey, where the fuck are you going?
Yeah.
Then you guys
Then I'm like,
stay.
sit right back down.
You stay for the rest of the set.
I would do the exact same thing.
So I get up,
100%.
I go to the bathroom.
Okay.
The barista's walking out of the bathroom. She's got a look on her face like, oh God, I just did something in there and I wasn't planning on anybody coming in after me, you know? So I can tell that she seems embarrassed by the situation. And so I just smile and nod, and I walk in. No problems in the bathroom. Totally chill.
You look at her and smile. You're like, blow it up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I walk back out, and this was me testing how it felt to leave. So I lean into my friend and I say out loud, it felt so bad, I almost didn't go. And then I hear someone do like a, oh. And I look up and she's staring right at us. And then she kind of nervously laughs and looks away. And I was like, oh God, I think she thought I was talking about her, situation.
Oh my God.
So this is where we're at. So,
and this is a coffee shop that you frequent?
Yeah, it's not in the town that we live in, but it's like one of my favorite coffee shops. We go there all the time when we're visiting these friends. And
wow, yeah. Okay.
We had to go back multiple times.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And was the vibe uncomfortable, or like was there a vibe was off when you saw this barista again?
This was so. Then we went to dinner and we were discussing the plan, because I was like, if I go up to her and I say, hey, I know you think I was talking about the bathroom smelling bad, but I wasn't, and she didn't hear me, then it's weird, like to bring it up.
This is a perfect situation.
Perfect scenario.
This is incredible.
But then if I don't say anything, then she thinks I'm a jerk.
Yeah, that you're like, this girl took a shit.
And it was so offensive, I almost didn't pee.
Yeah. So then we go back the next day and I'm like, I'm just going to feel it out if she seems weird or not. And it seemed sort of okay, but I couldn't tell if she was just being chill because she was at work. So the best thing, my best case scenario was that she would confront me and be angry so that I could explain myself.
It's never going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
Hey, I heard what you said about my stinky shit. I heard you said about
you
my
are really
shit.
rude about my stinky shit.
I took a shit in there and you said something that was stinky. Like, no one would ever do that unless they were a lunatic. But I'm kind of like, I do think that the move is maybe to tip her $1,000.
That's so funny.
I left a large tip the next day, but I don't know if it was large enough for her to know that it was an apology tip or if she just thinks I'm rich.
And it did need to be the first tip, I would say. Because now if you come back like weeks later and tip $1,000, it's just off.
Yeah. So you are probably,
that's true.
when will you, you would be back in this town visiting these friends, going to this coffee shop sometime in the next, couple months or something, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And our friends frequent there, and they were involved via me saying that to them. And so now we're just a big group of mean friends,
Yeah, you don't. No, honestly, this is the type of shit. To be honest, not to like rub salt in the womb, but when I was a barista, things like this.
That's actually part of 2025, Project 2025. Salt in the womb.
Rub salt in the womb. Stuff like this would sour me on groups, and I'm not confirming or denying that.
If you were the barista,
If I was the barista and I heard somebody like do a weird, like, because the baristas, and again, what the hell do we call you? Squeaky? What was
Stoop.
Stoop.
Okay, so Stoop, I'm not saying that she did or didn't hear you. We'll get to that in a second. But I will say the risk is high because when I was a barista, you only get people in like 30-second chunks, and that's your whole opinion of them, and you do remember faces. So it's kind of like the risk here is high. Now, do we think that she heard? What was her that she's made? She went, oh.
She was looking at
So-
you.
I said that. I heard like a little laugh, but almost like a nervous, like a, huh. And I looked up.
She heard.
And she was staring right at us, and then she turned away to her friends and then didn't look at us for the rest of the night.
She heard.
I think she heard.
For sure.
She heard. I think it's small enough, though, that it would make her feel worse to be pulled aside and apologized to because it's just embarrassing. The whole thing is embarrassing. I think she just wants to move on.
Can I be honest about something?
You may not.
I'd really rather you weren't.
I have the perfect punishment.
I do think $1,000 tip, maybe not 1,000, but like $200.
It's even easier than that, Jeff.
Okay.
You have to clog the toilet and you have to ask for help. You have to go.
Have
You
9
have to
coffees.
You have to have 9 coffees. You have to blow it the fuck
You gotta have
up. You have to
a
hide the plunger.
niçoise salad with what was it? Hard-boiled eggs,
Yeah.
roasted
That's what a
tuna,
niçoise
boiled
is.
You were
tuna.
so fond of that. You went, yeah.
It's
nuts.
so good.
Have that and 2 or 3 coffees, and you'll blow the toilet up for sure.
And you need to make sure it clogs because, this is the whole thing.
It's a great equalizer.
When she's working, you need to go up and say, hey, this is...
no,
excrement.
him fucking like tearing it up in there.
Yeah, you need to tear it up. And you need to...
Everyone's shitting. It's a great equalizer.
Fecal matter is the great equalizer.
I've always
Fecal
said
matter.
that.
Kings also poop.
That's a good hat. But go to up to her and say, hey, this is super embarrassing, but I clogged the toilet. You can't just say, hey, I think the bathroom's clogged. You have to say, hey,
I did this.
this is super embarrassing, but I clogged the toilet. And I think that she is going to be like, well, my friend, join me, brother.
Look who's back.
And look who's back. Now we have both shat and we have both sort of done the punishment that fits the crime. And we are here together in this community.
Done the punishment.
But this is me not trying to bond with her like, look at us. This is me embarrassing myself in an effort to
Yeah, I know.
make everything okay.
Yeah.
Because you honestly, what you want, you don't want her to think that you're taking a shit because of her.
Which she instantly will based on what you've laid out.
That's literally what
No.
your plan was just then.
But she'll be like, oh, he embarrassed.
You think she wants this more than hundreds of dollars?
This is crazy.
She wants cash.
To think that someone would shit themselves voluntarily.
She's not gonna know that.
She's not gonna know that, but she will see the clogged toilet.
Give her hundreds of dollars and she'll be fucking fine because she wants to move on from the embarrassment
She needs
and
to-
she deserves the cash.
Sorry, so you think that she wouldn't know that that's for her?
I know that she would know that that's for her.
Don't shit for me. Give me cash or leave.
If your question is how do you make this woman love you, you need to take a shit. You need to take and it's got to be a big
Questions how
one.
to not feel uncomfortable in this coffee shop.
Miles is like, and I would even take it so far as you don't have to do it in the coffee shop. Spiritually set an intention and blow up your own toilet, your own throne.
Your own throne. I think that if you're trying to get if your goal is to feel comfortable in this coffee shop, I can't help you and I have to end the call. If your goal is to pay retribution to this barista,
Give
then,
cash.
then I think you should clog the toilet and ask for her help.
Okay.
But
This is some of your worst advice.
I
Some of your worst work. I'm actually confident
on
about this
both
one.
camps. I have nothing helpful to say.
Here's the thing about cash. You give cash, then she's going to know that he smelled the shit.
She already thinks
She
that.
already thinks
No,
that.
she has a hunch. but she doesn't know for sure. A small part of her, when she wakes up, thinks, I don't think he smelled
She
it.
heard what she thought was him saying, that woman shat her ass and I didn't pee because of it. That's what her reality is.
And
So
you
give
think
her
that
a
if he
bunch of
gives her-
money.
I'm just trying to follow your logic right now,
Yeah.
Miles, because if I'm her,
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm seeing
Yep.
Stoop, and I'm like, oh shit, he smelled my nasty shit. He talked about it. And then if he leaves,
He loves this. He's cracking up.
if he leaves like $100 tip,
Yeah. She's going to be like,
then I'm like, I don't.
That's peace.
no, but I think she's like, so he did smell it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so $100, but he did smell it.
Yes. No.
She
I follow.
already
I had
thinks
to
that.
walk.
That's
The
the fucking
shame.
issue.
The
No,
shame.
but then it's
I don't know. You guys
No,
are
no, no,
averse
no.
to giving cash to people.
No, but then it's not.
But
that's
then maybe she thinks I'm buying my way. She thinks I'm trying to buy my way
How
out of it.
exactly.
How
exactly.
else? Everyone appreciates cash.
Because
and there's
Stoop
no
wants
other
to
way.
make it up to her that it was like that's not what he
You
was
need
saying.
a subtle way to be like, I'm sorry, without saying I'm sorry. And I think the only way, because this is a fucking transactional relationship anyways, is cash, dude.
Taking.
So at this point, my only option is to say I'm sorry for something I didn't say, and there's
Right.
no possible way for me to.
Explain it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't
No,
say
that's
it.
exactly right. Because she's not even going to believe you if you pull her aside, I think. and
That's
she's gonna
what
be
we were
horrified.
nervous about. Was
Yeah.
the situation? It's if I say, "Oh, I was testing how it feels to leave a concert," then she'll be like, "No, you're a freaking weirdo."
Now-
Yeah, because that is like an anxious thing to do, and she'll be like, nobody would do that. Nobody would like, even though that is something that probably all five of us would do.
Let me
the
ask-
fifth person is Christ.
It's Christ, of course, always. Now, Jeff, let me ask you something right now. Let's say you hear someone say something embarrassing
About me,
about you.
of course. I'm no stranger.
Would
to
you
it.
rather that? Would you rather that person give you cash,
Yeah.
or would you rather that person came to you on their knees, groveling, having
that
experienced
one.
the same embarrassment that they had previously teased you for, and they say, "Jeff, I need your help to be
You know
a
what's
better
You can
crazy?
human
drag out the
myself."
second
No, but
option
you
as
know
long as you
what's
want. I don't
crazy?
want it. I want cash.
Miles, your advice actually solves the emotional issue.
That's right.
I follow the logic. I think
You
that-
asked me a hypothetical. I want cash. I don't want an apology.
Interrupting women. Play it.
Misogyny alert.
Your solution.
One of the best sounds.
Jeff, your solution fixes it doesn't actually fix it.
I'm gonna let people work it out. Comment below, Team Clog or Team Cash. If you Team Clog or Team Cash, fixing the emotional heart and center of the issue, or just fixing it with cash.
Okay, but how about this? Stoop, between those two options, which are you more want to do?
Cash.
Well, I did the tip, but I don't know if I tipped enough, and I'm a little bit, adverse to clogging a toilet.
How much did you tip?
So-
How much did you tip? Be honest, Stoop. This is an anonymous call.
On a $4 coffee, I tipped $5.
I think
That's
that's
over 100%.
that's
Yeah.
pretty good. It's
And it was
not.
the day after.
And it was the day after. $5 is. Yeah, Jeff's shaking his head. Jeff thinks
It's not a life or even week changing amount of money.
If you paid, if you paid like $100, if you give this person $100, are you leaving that situation feeling at peace? Are you leaving being like, she knows we're good? Or are you still going to be like, fuck, I still feel bad. She still doesn't know.
Now, Stoop, I'll also say, before Jeff answers, Jeff's taking his answer off the air. Stoop, I'll also say, this was like a series of unfortunate events that does not fall on you, ultimately. So, like, everything you do is bonus Jonas. Everything you do
It's Frankie Jones.
is Frankie Jonas,
Bonus.
right? Because, like, obviously you didn't say this thing on purpose,
Yeah.
knowing that it was a thing, right? So, but it's too complicated to explain.
Yes.
So you are now just an angel
Exactly.
out here helping, and it's about what's the best way to help.
And the best way to help is fucking cash.
Is
She doesn't
cash.
need an apologies. She needs a living wage.
Not an apology, Jeff. She needs to help someone.
She doesn't need him shitting
The
because
12th
she has
step
to clean that shit
the
up.
12th step of AA is help another alcoholic. The 12th step of
You're saying-
smelling a shit
Is
This is
taking his shit.
insane. You're saying you want him to go back to the coffee shop and make her job and life harder than he already has, which granted is
fair.
by
That's
accident.
true.
Okay, that
Make
is
Now
fair.
life
he's
easier by
unclogging
giving
the
her
toilet. That
is
$100
fair.
fucking.
That is fair. You could say, do you have a plunger? I'll do it myself.
You asked if we'd ever been. I've been a barista also. I wanted cash.
Then it's just a bad day at work.
No, right, if she has no recollection of this, she didn't hear it. She didn't let
All you've done.
And I'm just like, hey, I clogged the toilet.
She's like,
and I
fucking,
didn't tip.
what the hell? Are you
Versus if she
trying to
didn't hear you and then you give her a bunch of money, she'll still be like, that was awesome and it made my week.
That's true. That's true.
This is insane.
Team Clock, comment below.
Team clock
Or Team Cash.
Clock. No way.
a bunch of poop emojis.
Oh my God, Stoop, thank you so much for calling in.
Great
I
call.
hope this has been
Great
helpful.
call.
I do think at the very least, your vibe is going to be extremely friendly, double tip, just
Filled with shit.
filled with shit. Just like when you're going, you're like, hey, what's up? Oh my gosh, we had this great weekend. Because she may think you smelled her shit, but you don't want you don't want her to think that ruined the smell of her great personality.
Okay, I'm on it.
Thank you so much for calling in, Stoop. You have an amazing evening.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Stoop.
Incredible call.
Incredible call.
What a series of misfortune. I've been in his position being like, oh my God, I said something and I didn't know it was, I actually remember very explicitly, I was in a museum and I said something about a crazy outfit. And behind me, I saw a goth kid with a crazy outfit and like a spiked. And I was talking about like a friend of, I was like, yeah, with that crazy outfit. Turn, somebody dressed like Beetlejuice walking right next to me being like, and I was like, no, I didn't.
Not you.
Not, and it was too late.
And then you say, no, I actually wasn't talking about your outfit. And the person's like, I know, I didn't think you were. So you do think my outfit's crazy. No, shit. Oh.
Yeah, exactly right.
I just think these things happen. You just move on.
Yeah, Jeff's sort of a move on. I mean, you love moving.
I just think this and the other thing was about like such small things that it's worse to bring it up because then you're creating more awkwardness and embarrassment for somebody.
That's interesting you say that. I mean, I would say a similar call happened where they accidentally played their Alien Sex audiobook. I encouraged them to bring it back up to their coworker in a funny manner. It ended very badly on the callback. And she hashtag justice for Glorbin. Glorbin sort of made her work environment worse because of me.
Yeah.
And that falls on my shoulders.
You have an effect on the world, both positive and negative. It's interesting. Yeah.
You're not a licensed therapist, which is good.
Yeah. You're not even a social worker.
But in a way, I am social.
You're an actor.
And I'm a worker.
You're a comedian
Am I an
and
actor? I don't even know if I would say actor is one of the top things.
Just say actor so that WME starts sending you out.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor. Own it. Don't
Say it again.
don't laugh at it.
Say it in the
I'm an
mirror every
actor.
day. Say it to Julian's eyes.
I'm an actor.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What if I covered Hey Jude and sung it to Julian? As if I
Covered it, so just sang it.
Yeah, you don't have to say cover. Like when you go to karaoke, do you go,
Like,
I covered this song?
I'm doing a cover of.
So lame. This is a segment we like to call Get Real. It's a segment where we cast aside the BS and we start talking about the DS.
Nintendo
Dope stuff.
Are they going to have deep stuff?
SS, smart stuff.
Smart stuff?
We, for a moment, we get real. Now, Geoff historically has a trouble with this segment.
He is so tense. I feel it. He is so tense already.
But what's something that, what's something that you are proud of yourself for doing recently, Geoff?
He hates this so much.
What is something you're proud of yourself for doing recently? Riley, you can go first.
Proud of myself for doing. Every time the loop gets me, you hate this.
Being genuine is not Geoff's strong suit. Could be anything. Could be career. Could be like personal. Could be like Oh, I have been trying to be more social. Whatever. Could be
Oh, I
truly
have
anything.
one. I have one that's like actually very personal and very genuine.
Oh, great.
So within this past year, it's like obvious to everyone but me for my whole life until now. Like I'm like, oh, I have OCD. And everyone was
sure.
like, yeah, of course you do. You have health anxiety and OCD.
Yeah.
And this summer was really hard. Really, some like the worst anxiety I've ever had in my life, like really bad. And so I'm looking to start medication.
That's
for my
really
anxiety
great.
and OCD, and it was a lot of like, I've never had judgment of other people taking it. It's always been like, yeah, it's a great tool, but then I'm like, well, not me.
I'm not.
I don't need it.
Right.
All whatever. And I have an amazing therapist. I'm a little nervous for like the trial and error, but I feel very proud of myself for reaching a point where I'm like, I need more support because it's like I can't keep it robs me too much of like me being present in my own life.
Oh, totally. I think that's a great thing to be proud of.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
That's great.
Jeff, would you like to
You
share?
go first.
Okay. I think I'm proud of myself. Work's been bopping off recently. I've been doing like a million different things. And I think I'm proud of myself for like doing it. I also just passed a year of when I left my full-time job at Try Guys.
Wow.
So I've been doing independence for a year, and I really am just proud of how it has gone. And I kind of am like, it's one of those things where
It's gone
like,
real well.
it's gone very well. And like, yeah, the tour, like people are coming to the tour. And I'm like really excited about that. I think it's also not even just that it has happened, that I knew it was the right choice. I followed it and I was right.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of those things that like sometimes you just know that stuff is like the right move, even though it's scary. It could be taking a new job or whatever, but I'm like, I knew that it was gonna work,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that I trusted that.
That's
instinct.
awesome.
I think that trust in myself that's been like slowly building has been good. Even though as it kind of like, as the plane shakily takes off, I'm like, okay, the ground's like, it gets a little bit scarier and scarier. So I'm trying to do away with those feelings and just try to enjoy it.
Takeoff's the most dangerous part, but guess what? You're at cruising altitude, bitch.
I love that. You're a cruising out to
Dude,
bitch.
bitch. That's amazing. You should be proud of yourself. That's incredible.
you've taken off.
Thank you.
It's been really cool to watch that journey.
That's
It's
very
been
sweet.
inspiring.
You gotta get yourself a fucking Rolex.
I don't want to relax.
Don't start
watch
saving for Julian's college fund. He can go to fucking Berkeley or UCLA.
You told me that you were going to give me a watch at one point. and you
What,
never
did I?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the cash.
Now, Jeff, what is something you're proud of recently that you've done?
It's tough.
to be earnest.
Not to be earnest. I think I'm struggling with things, so
Yeah.
it's hard to be like,
No,
well, which
totally.
one's going well?
Yeah, that's hard. Well, so you're struggling with things, meaning just like you're...
There are things I want to work on.
Yeah.
And it just feels like you're at the beginning. The plane hasn't taken off, to use your metaphor.
Totally.
And we haven't even quite boarded. I'm not even in the Delta Lounge.
Yeah.
I haven't even booked the ticket yet.
Not even the Centurion.
I'm not even sure I want to book the ticket. I'm
Really?
never going to change.
You're deciding on several projects, or is that just sort of all flavor?
No, I don't know. I want to be more disciplined. I can
Okay,
be
yeah.
fight or flighty a lot.
I think that's great.
You're like, I think that's true.
I don't know that to be true.
No, I think, I don't know. I mean, I think the majority of my income comes from editing.
Yeah.
And so I think this year I've been so focused on just editing to get it done. And
Yeah.
then the creative stuff, you're going to want to hit that button one more time just so there's not silence underneath this shit. And then, I also host the Headgum podcast,
Yeah.
plug. But it's that's such a short amount of time of my work week. So then I think I'd been taking that for granted. I'd been taking the frequency of it coming out every week for granted. So now I'm just trying to shift my priorities and put more energy in towards the creative, because that's what's for other people.
Yeah.
Versus editing's just for me, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So it's
totally.
I have the opportunity to do the show every week. I deserve, the audience deserves to have an 8 to 10 out of 10 episode, but somewhere in there, B+ to A+ every week.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier this year, we were releasing C+ episodes. And I just am I don't think that's, it's not a good thing.
Yeah. So you've been working harder on it in an effort to be You owe it to yourself and the audience to
More
make
so
stuff
the
up.
audience, but secondarily myself, because you just feel better about yourself.
I think that's I think that's a great thing to be proud of.
I agree.
I think also like it's easy in podcast world to be like they come out every week.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's so easy to be like, okay, like another whatever. I have that. I've definitely had similar feelings where I've been like in a place where like I love my job obviously, but I'm like, all right, like another
It's
episode.
a lot of
all right,
content.
It's a lot
Especially
of content.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a ton of content, and I think that sometimes I have to remind myself like, holy shit. This is like me talking. Like this is such a rarity in the world to be able to have the privilege to do this. Like I gotta really enjoy this, and I should. And like obviously, like work can be work, but I'm trying as much as I can to just be like, oh, like especially with something like this where I'm like, I built this. This didn't exist, and then I'm trying to,
And people look forward to it. Like people enjoy. So it's like, it's like, oh, it's like come out every week. I have shows. I have things that I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this
Stuff
thing
I
to
listen
come
to,
out.
yes.
Like I can't wait for this thing to air. Like I look forward. Like it brings me joy each week to listen to a new, whatever it is.
I think you have to be a fan of your own show.
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. I think that's great.
We'll see.
It seemed like you said you should be a fan of your show, and it seemed like the sentence was going to keep going on.
Nothing more needs to be said.
Because
it was so succinct and good.
It was so succinct. Geoff, hey, that was really good. Well, Geoff and Reilly, thanks so much for coming on the show.
You talking to me, Willis?
You fucking idiot. Where can people find you?
Unholy Trinity.
Nightmare blunt rotation.
Fart noise sparkle.
You talking to me, Willis?
Are you talking to me, Willis?
Obviously, comment below Team Clog or Team Cash, and you can find Reilly at where?
At Reilly Anspaugh on Instagram. I mess around on TikTok sometimes.
Let's go, Tiki.
Sometimes. Headgum. We do sketches, and I have a podcast review improv. Geoff and Miles do it with me sometimes.
That's right.
Honestly, everything I plug, I just do on my Instagram.
Hit up that Insties. Geoffrey,
watch this. Follow Reilly.
You did this last time.
You're
Did I?
such a fucker.
Damn it.
You did this last
Because
time.
also-
No, I did it because Finn Wolfhard came on our show when we
Oh my God, that was amazing.
and he plugged he like followed Geoff and Reilly or something like that. And I just
Really?
like I
And
think it's so
Instagram
funny to
plug?
act like you're like really famous and that it would help at all.
And it was also because you have like probably like 2,000 more followers than I do.
We have the same amount of followers.
But how funny if it's like just the slightest amount being like, hey guys, I'm good.
Yeah, that's
Reilly
the
needs
bit.
some
You know what?
love.
I'm good. Don't follow me.
No, I actually need you guys at Geoffrey James on Instagram. And please, for the love of God, listen to the Headgum podcast. To come, on the Headgum network. On the same network as your ass.
That's right.
You should come back on or not.
Would love to come back on.
You're a dad.
What
You have a
about
lot
mine
of
too?
jobs.
Huh?
Anytime you want me to come back on, but only if you text me with a little bit of notice.
Why not the hour before?
You texted me
Why not the
recently,
hour
you really
before?
do want to do it today.
It's hard.
And I was like,
It's only at the time of day you need to pick up your
I
son.
was like, I would have done it too. But anyway, guys, if you've got a problem out there and you just can't seem to solve it, just remember that no matter who you are or where you are, perfection is only a call away.
That was a Headgum podcast.